This portion of Local Lifestyles is brought to you by Forward Financial.
And I'm happy to welcome a new guest to Lifestyles. This is CPA Darren West of Forward Financial Services, also known as Forward Tax and Accounting. Welcome to Lifestyles.
Hey, thank you, Angie. Glad to be here.
Well, this is, we're talking about a big topic here, and that's changes to the tax codes and the tax laws. They're confusing.
They are.
They were confusing
yes,
before they changed, but yes, yeah. So what are the concerns
Right.
that you're dealing with, and what do you want your clients to know?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking. What I wanted to talk about today is some of the headlines can be misleading. There was a tax bill passed in the summer, as a lot of people know, One Big Beautiful Bill Act, OB3, and but some of the headlines were like no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. That's not really exactly true. And I just wanted to explain a little bit about that.
Well, walk us through each one of those, because they impact everybody here in the tri-state in one way or the other.
Right, yeah, lots of people. So no tax on tips. First of all, it's not exactly no tax on tips. Tips are still included in a taxpayer's adjusted gross income, but then there's a deduction for tips. And so
they still have to submit that.
Yeah, it's reported as income, but then they can deduct up to $25,000 of tip income. And that's a little different than some deductions because it's $25,000 per tax return. So a single filer can deduct $25,000, or a married filing joint couple can only get up to a $25,000 deduction. So,
well, no wonder people are confused, because it did sound like big news, right? Okay,
yeah, right.
No tax on tips.
Right, and you still pay Social Security and Medicare on those, and then also there's it starts phasing out if a taxpayer's modified adjusted gross income is over $150,000 or a joint return is over $300,000, then you start losing that deduction. So,
well, that's why we need pros like you guys. So let's talk about the Social Security confusion.
Yes. Yeah, that's really confusing because it really doesn't have anything to do with Social Security.
Right.
Yeah, it's a new deduction for seniors, and we've seen it help a lot of seniors. It's $6,000 per taxpayer. So it's $12,000 on a joint return. Right. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with Social Security. Doesn't matter if you draw Social Security or not. It's just an extra deduction. So seniors already have an expanded standard or an increased standard deduction, but now with this $6,000, they can deduct a single filer can exclude $23,000 of income before they start having taxable income. So it really helps.
So, I mean, again, that's why you call a professional, because that's just, everything you just said is a lot to really wrap your mind around.
It is, so, yeah, for sure.
We're talking about overtime, and that also has been confusing to folks.
Yeah, because people think, oh, my overtime is not taxed. Again, not exactly correct. So it's included in the income, as are the tips, and there's a deduction. For a single filer, you can deduct $12,500, or a joint return, you can deduct $25,000 of overtime, but it's not all of the overtime worked. It's just the premium portion. So if a taxpayer makes $20 an hour and they work an hour of overtime, so they make $30 an hour, only that additional $10 is deductible, not the 20.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah, and again, it's subject to Social Security and Medicare, so it's not really no tax on overtime, and it starts phasing out at the same $150,000 or $300,000 for joint. So, there's a lot of factors there. Yeah.
So how do people reach out to you? Because I know they're going to be calling now and going, oh, yeah, I need your help.
They can get on our website at www.forwardfs, like financialservices.co. And I want to say one more thing. The deadline's approaching April 15th, as most people know. If they want to file extension for their tax return, they can get an automatic 6-month extension, but any tax that's due is still due on the 15th.
So you may as well just do it. Thank you, Darren. So nice to have you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.
This portion of Local Lifestyles is brought to you by Forward Financial.
Don't miss Nightly Draw.